Буває. Документи істинно знам, кой не е на гонг и кой иска да бъде, за да може да разберем кой ще се смени.
Unite all the people in one prayer. And we, as gong players, we are using the gongs for healing, for finding peace, for uniting, for tuning ourselves in the universal vibrations of peace and unity, realizing we're all one. This concert to open the first garden of peace in Bulgaria, which is the 16th garden in the world. And this is a kind of idea that this came through our teacher, master Don Conroe, who is here now with us. He just celebrated his 91st birthday.
I'm a gong, you are a gong, we are a gong, 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 gong.
So what did she say?
And of course, this is the garden who, as a concept, created Don Conroe, who I invited together with his daughter, Yael Shafir. They came here to teach us how to build this garden. We made a beautiful course together, and we create that garden, and we bless it.
Don Conroe and Prayers built the first world peace gong and bell garden in Bulgaria, envisioning a place where sound could bridge the physical and metaphysical realms. By applying the laws of physics, they sought to create resonances capable of touching the unseen dimensions of existence. Conroe dedicated these gardens, conceived as 16 interconnected sanctuaries, to the children of the new millennium and to the dream of a world without violence.
Aspettavo in realtà è una cosa legata con la fisica quantistica e con le conoscenze esoteriche e con tanta consapevolezza antica. Questo, da quanto io so, è una rosetta antica bulgara, in realtà pagana, e significa, da quanto si sa, è un calendario. Al centro è presente diverse forze e così, e tutto va dal centro a fuori e dal fuori al centro. Praticamente cosa mi hanno spiegato è che questo è un gong, una mandala.
Each garden, positioned at sacred geomantic sites around the globe, was crafted from stone, metal, and wood, inspired by ancient wisdom and sacred geometry. From the zodiac and runes to the I Ching and the gongs aligned with the 4 cardinal directions, every element forms part of a greater vibrational harmony. These gardens are not mere spaces of learning. They are places of healing, creation, and inner peace.
As connectors, this is now moving into more of like a quantum concept. But this idea that he said about like an acupuncture point in this earth, you're stimulating that point to promote balance and healing. So by placing one here in Bulgaria, where you haven't had one before, that is significant for Bulgaria. And also the facilitator of this garden, Pavlina, was very important to do this in this year, which is 2025. We're at the end of a cycle. And so the call that Don put out to his students was, let's create gardens in 2020-25. Pavlina here in Bulgaria, Elisabetta in Romania, Julie in Taiwan. So we've had 3 gardens established for this year. So we have the timing of it and also the location. In the first place, this garden, it's to unite people all over the world, to make rituals, prayers for peace. And that's why the name is Garden of Peace. And everything what is in this garden, it's coming from different traditions, different symbols. We add Bulgarian symbols as well. So they're all working together for the whole, united even on this place. And this circle, it's like the whole world. We can see every country in it, and we're gonna point it there, and it's gonna work as a map as well for the children's and for everyone who wants to use it and who would like to send an energy, love and peace as well.
What is it all about the gong? It's a great question.
So this is what we gone for. It's the celebration of the end of all war between families, people, countries, nations, an earth that is like a beautiful sacred place. So this is why we gong. The more gongs we have, closer we come to that day of celebrating world peace, when all the gongs and bells will ring again around the planet. No more war.
With the sound of the gong, the mind is initially in beta waves. Thought and attention are active. As the vibrations increase, the mind shifts to alpha. Calmness and introspection begin. As the sound deepens, the theta state emerges. The perception of time dissolves. The subconscious opens. In long, heavy vibrations, some individuals descend into delta. Thought ceases, only the vibration remains. For this reason, the gong has been used throughout history in ritual and healing contexts. Today, neuroscience research is exploring this effect.
The gongs is the grandfather of these instruments, because these things we said to this area thing in the hand palm, I think it's coming from the gong, and they're from one family, and this is the roots of the instrumentary. I think the connection between this and this is how to say, it's very close.
The gong. Beyond the string or membrane is a pure idiophone that vibrates entirely through its own body. This ancient instrument, in its most fundamental form, breaks the silence and introduces us to the power of raw sound. While some are set free with their natural resonance, others come to life by being tuned to specific frequencies through the universe's delicate mathematics.
Because it takes dissimilar elements and unites them in functional harmony together. So the gong, every part of the gong works together with the rest of the gong. And that's why it's called the gong of peace. Not just because it's peaceful, sometimes it gets very loud, but it's peace. So it transfers its innate power over to the listener.
Practitioners from the tradition of Don Conru transform this sound journey into a ritual. Inspired by the rhythm of the heavens, planet gongs bring the orbital frequencies of the planets to Earth. This deep resonance is accompanied by the majesty of the Feng and Chao gongs, the serenity of Tibetan bowls, the modern tones of the hang drum, and the melodies of the flute and harmonium. This unique combination of different frequencies creates a meditative soundscape that envelops the participant.
À ce moment, on ressent déjà la vibration de ces gongs, qui est très différente. Des moments où on a l'harmonie entre différents gongs, donc on ressent vraiment une force très forte. Par moments, c'est plus ponctuel, par endroits. Puis après coup, on ressent les choses encore différemment. Donc sur le moment, on ressent déjà quelque chose, on ressent la vibration, le son, et après coup, c'est encore différent.
Through the physical vibration of sound, the individual aligns their inner world with the resonance of the outer universe. When the final note fades, what remains is a calm state of mind, beating at the same frequency as the outside world.
It has its own sacred latitude, longitude. It is like a acupuncture in the earth. So it's the same, but how we connect them together through what we call straight tracks. Like, what is the sister city to this city here? They both have gongs. Well, of course, it's bells everywhere, isn't it? Yeah.
I offer you love. I hear your needs. I see.
Beginning his career in the 1950s Hollywood as an actor and director, Don Conro became one of the first 5 Kundalini yoga teachers appointed by Yogi Bhajan in 1969.
Let us work together.
This period marked a turning point in his life's journey. However, the step that truly shaped his philosophy was his study of the profound writings on the gong by the renowned composer and author Dane Rudhyar. Deeply influenced by Rudhyar's work, Music of Wholeness, and his musical vision, Conro masterfully blended these ancient teachings with his own background in theatre.
In order to reach a state of turiya or neutrality is releasing ego from the picture. And that's not easy. A lot of us come in with a lot of distinctions and judgments that we carry. That's part of the human condition. So when we are able to honor the lineage of our teachers, we're able to see that we are just a part of this chain. And so I have Don and many teachers because I have my traditional Chinese medicine background that I practice. Another one of Don's teachers, who is now one of all of our teachers, is Dane Rudhyar, who Don calls the father of the gong. And when we're taking this idea of walking a path of peace, then it becomes whoever inspires you, if it's a saint or Gandhi or Mother Teresa or whomever it is that becomes part of your lineage, that's really we all become with that universal greeting. I'm a reflection of you, so you are my teacher.
Donore deца.
So filling space is creating like a universe of beings.
И така създаваме една вселена от същества.
And these beings interact according to equal amplitude or loudness.
И тези същества взаимодействат според това дали имат еднаква сила на звука.
And so we are able to move energy around.
И по този начин можем да движим енергията.
Don's eclectic approach to this system of thought promises a life free from ego, based on inner peace and balance.
Здравейте, аз съм Таня. Аз не бих се включила на обучение по гонгове изобщо, ако не беше създаването на тази градина, която направихме.
My name is Shania. I wouldn't go.
What he offers is not a religion, but rather a series of rituals and practices that aim to reunite ancient wisdom with scientific rationality. These moments, reminiscent of group therapy sessions, provide participants with a space to express themselves freely, a step that prepares them for catharsis.
The process was very interesting. It was a real process like in life. So in order to build this together, we face difficulties how to gather together because we're all different. We have different understanding of life. But what brought us here and unite us was the intention to bring peace and to pray for peace and to gong. And this was what helped us at the end to find a way how to live in peace and create this space in peace. And it was really nice and interesting because we've been having some difficulties on the way, as everyone has on the way, no matter how we love each other, just because we're all different.
Виждам твоята красота, усещам твоите чувства. Виждам твоята красота.
The man transforms
There we
a
go.
strand of hair he has plucked into a bond between the stone, which the community believes represents the world, and the branch, symbolizing
This
life.
is a small piece of wood for the garden, and we use it as a seed. Now, by energy, a stone that is presenting the earth, life, myself, and we seed it.
This action is a ritualized expression of the symbolic relationship that individual existence establishes with nature and the cosmos. Objects are buried in the ground, taking into account the direction in which they were
By the
born.
course of the earth, the water that will come from the sky, the wind that will blow our message and our intention.
Start to play with the vowels.
Catharsis, the purification of the soul through emotional release from neurotic burden, guides the worshippers step by step under the leadership of Don and his daughter Yael. In this ritual, the harmonium, developed in the 19th century, is interwoven with the ancient vocal technique of overtone singing, preparing the participants for a trance-like state.
I think the word right now, trend, is apropos because we can sit here and talk. He's been doing this for over 50 years. The world has always been shaky. It's not specifically now. We just feel it more now because we're living in this present time. But we're always living in times of uncertainty, and we're always dealing with stressors. So when we talk about stress and stress response, stress is just change. Trauma is basically a more extreme version. Stressors, which we call in Buddhism, it would be suffering, right? So the tool of sound and frequency is more and more now being explored through science and research. And it's basically coming to what we already know.
Because I was in a moment of my life when I was socially unhappy, but unhappy. But in the same moment, everything in my life was looking perfectly. But I realized that I wasn't aware exactly who I am. And when I was thinking about deeply inside me, what is the reason that I'm not happy? But at the same time, I have love, I have kids, I have my job and everything. I realized that I have a fear to say the truth about me, that I am very deep connected to the energy, to the earth, to the nature, to that kind of practices. And I need to spend a lot of time in meditation and the gongs and the bow, and this was making so happy. And first time I was, okay, is this gong? This was giving me everything that I need. And when I was just continuing learning and practicing, I found myself really, really deeply happy. So I decided that I will not do it like a job, but I will definitely do it till the rest of my life or till the moment I need to do it, because these make me happy. And when I start changing people's life, that was the real game changer. Because when you see that when you do something with love and this is inspiring other people and changing their perspective of life, this just gives you something very deeply like connection between you and this human. And also you're doing something to give something from you to the other people and to stay connected with them. And I think that's why we are so different, because every one of us has something special. So we have to share this specialty. So for now, I think that I found what is my special thing, and that's the sound therapy and especially the gongs, because this is my real passion. Because when I'm playing on the gong, I'm feeling like I'm dancing with him. We are one. We are together. So yeah, that's the story. I started because of the unhappiness, but when I found it, I became one of the most happiest people in the world.
Thanks to my dear friend Slovena, I found myself on an unexpected journey, one that led me to encounter the experiences and processes of purification practiced by the prayers. The field of influence created by Don Conru is likely to resonate in a similar way with anyone who approaches it without prejudice, whether a passionate realist or a devoted spiritualist. The idea of reaching the metaphysical through physical existence is explored with sincerity and good intention in Don's Peace Gardens. The subtle vibrations of our minds, carried outward by the expanding waves of the gong, seem to echo like ripples formed by a stone cast into water, leaving a perceptible trace even at a distance. Perhaps it's a real possibility.
It's really a big happiness to me that happened. And I would everyone tell, do it in your place you are, just gather people together, try to find a way how they will all with love do something for the world. And that's my really message. And I would love everyone to come over as well who feels like to be part of this. Gong masters, or not only gong masters, just people who would love to bring more peace to the world and more love. You're welcome to be here, and we'll continue.
In the sea of the metaphysical, we are aboard a vessel bound by the chains of physical laws. At times, the wind of inspiration fills our sails. At times, the mind is cast adrift into the depths. Sometimes like a dolphin, sometimes a mere fragment of truth within our palms. It whispers its knowing into our ears, yet brings us no closer to its essence. It grants the path, but withholds the bearing.